Hello everyone, I'm Saurabh Srivastava here. Today I'm going to read chapter 16th of Failing Forward book from John C. Maxwell. This is the last chapter of the book. The chapter is Now You Are Ready to Fail Forward. It starts with a quote from Dave Anderson. Failure is the hallmark of success. It can be starting point of new venture, such as when a baby learns to walk. It has to fall down a lot to learn the new skill. Failure is also the mark of a success you have worked for. When a pole vaulter finally misses in competition, it shows how far he has come. That failure becomes the starting point for his next effort, proving that failure is not final. Dave Anderson. It's very true that we are whenever we do something, we reach to a certain extent. If it does not satisfy or meet the criteria that we call success, then definitely we have an opportunity to improve on it and make it better. So till now we have covered 15 steps, and these 15 steps are: realize there is one major difference between average people and achieving people. Learn a new definition of failure. Remove the you from failure. Take action and reduce your fear. Change your response to failure by accepting responsibility. Don't let the failure from outside get inside you. Say goodbye to yesterday. Change yourself and your world changes. Get over yourself and start giving yourself. Find the benefit in every bad experience. If at first you do succeed, try something harder. Learn from a bad experience and make it a good experience. Work on the weakness that weakens you. Understand there's not much difference between failure and success. Get up, get over it, and get going. And John Maxwell has written here, I believe wholeheartedly in these steps, but they probably won't mean a thing to you unless you see them in the life of somebody that you consider to be a lot like you. And here after that he goes on with the story of Dave Anderson himself, how exactly he went through the all and how he started. And then throughout his life he kept achieving things, kept completing things, and in between there he had a lot of massive failures, but overall at the end he was able to make himself as a complete package. So Dave Anderson's profile, he is 30 at that time of writing of the book. He had 30 million net value, education from master's degree in Harvard University, and current position chairman, famous Dave's America, 3,000 plus employees, annual sales 41.6 million, family status, married with 2 children, and he had many accomplishment, working with government, working with different US presidents and a lot of different people. Impressive resume, but he was a typical teenager in 1971 when he was doing high school. He had normal grades, normal everything, and then after he went to Michigan Tech, but when he came in summer, when he came back, he went to one of the seminar, and that's where he learned about sales opportunity. He took up the sales opportunity, and his father invested $2,500 in there, but they were not able to make any sale or any progress in there. Though he kept on, he met their jiggler, and who said in there, if you believe in yourself and have passion, you can succeed. He took it to his heart. So this is where he is applying all these principles that we have read till now. But contained within that first big failure were seeds of his future success. That is step 15. Get up, get over it, and get going. First, he had hope. He believed that he could be successful. Step 6. Don't let the failure from outside get inside you. Second, when his dad bought the product for him, Dave received a 5-day leadership course that he says changed his life. Step 10, find the benefit of every bad experience. He also was given 6 tapes of Jig Jiggler. Every night for months, Dave went to sleep listening to those tapes. Step 8, change yourself and your world changes. The dream within him wasn't dead, and he wasn't going to let that failure get him down. Step 1, realize there is one major difference between average people and achieving people. He just wouldn't realize success through that business. After failing as an oil conditioner entrepreneur, Dave went to work part-time selling sporting goods for Eddie Bauer. So likewise, he started another venture. Although the oil additive opportunity didn't work for him, it encouraged him to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Step 2, learn a new definition of failure. His idea was to create and sell miniature dish garden, and it became successful. He made a lot of money in there, and he kept applying all these principles that we are talking about. At some point he went and made around $20,000 in 2 days, because he prepped for it and did that investment and worked on it. If at first you do succeed, try something harder. So he applied that principle. Step 11. And then he went through another loss where he lost everything because of conditions of 1979 blizzard that came. So he went for in search for new strength. He went through a new thing where step 13, work on the weakness that weakens you. Those two desires meant one thing. He needed to take a sales job that scared him, and his fear of failure in that area was overwhelming. So he went ahead and took the job. And step 4, take action and reduce your fear. And he went ahead and took up the territory that was the least performing. And understand there is not much difference between failure and success. Step 14. So he applied all the principles, and ultimately he became, in 6 months, he took the territory that had been last place, made it number 1 in the company. So and then he applied step 3, remove the you from failure. He also discovered that his past failure did not brand him. So likewise, he wrote that off. Here say goodbye to yesterday. So all the failures that he had that he had with the floral companies when he filed the bankruptcy. But when he went there, people took him by what he is today, not by his. So he realized that, okay, this is what it is. Change your response to failure by accepting responsibilities. So he accepted the responsibility. And this is how it overall goes through. And then he ultimately pursued everything that he had. And he had on the way, he got into alcoholism. And then his family sat down and he and asked to get over it. And he went through the treatment. And ultimately he is out of it. So here step 12, learn from bad experience and make it a good experience. So Dave knew he need to change. In the years since he turned his life around, he has seen lots of change in himself. Now continual learning and growth are the hallmark of his life. I realized that I couldn't hang around with my drinking friends and change. If I went back to the bar where I used to drink, I know the same people would still be there sitting in the same place. They wouldn't have changed a bit, but I have changed a lot in 4 years. So that's all about Dave and how he changed. To succeed, you have to open to problems. You have to open to failures. And as you go up and up the ladder, you gain the right to get more problems. That is Dave Anderson. So overall, it's a great story to read. I believe if you read through it yourself, it will be a lot better. Definitely buy this book and read. This is one of the best books I have read. And I am looking forward to start the new book now. This is the last chapter that we read. And now our goal is to apply the principles that we learned through this book and get better on it. The next book I am going to read is going to be The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So looking forward to share my reading with you. Please leave your comments and definitely buy this book. This is how it looks, Failing Forward by John Maxwell. It's one of the best books for learning about different dynamics of failing forward. Thanks a lot for listening to me. Looking forward to see you tomorrow.